Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Show you how to customize this figure, and I bought two of them just so that we can do, you know, a good solid comparison between the two. Show you how to customize this dollar store figure, hopefully into a Scamper figure for Metroplex. Now, those of you that have watched my channel know that my Metroplex came incomplete, and I have been searching for parts and stuff for him for quite some time. I found a guy selling a Scamper on eBay, and he was wanting $50 for it. Now, I don't care if people buy their stuff from him or not. I don't care. I just don't have that kind of money to just drop on a Transformer figure that's a Legend scale. So, I'm going to make one. And we're going to start with this stuff right here. I've already disassembled it, and I have spray painted it with this. It's just flat black. And then what I did, I put two coats of that on it, and then I put 2 coats of clear on it. And every single piece here is black. I put the clear coat on this. As you can see, it's a little shiny. Not on this. As you can see, it is absolutely not shiny. When I get done with this, I will put some Carnauba wax on these parts so that they shine real pretty. Alright, and I am using, I don't know if I can focus on this or not, this is my example of Scamper. This is the only picture I could find like this, so I'm going to make him look like this. Alright folks, if you're in this for the long haul, kind of like I am, we'll get to it. One last thing before I get started. I haven't decided on the windows. I'm either going to use this color or this color for the windows. I just haven't decided yet. So we'll figure that out together. I'm also looking at, this is a gunmetal and a brushed metal black. It's called brushed black. So I may highlight with some of that. The other thing I have, this is liquid leaf. It's beautiful. If you want to do chrome or something like that, use this. And I got this at Toy Hacks. This is just yellow paint. I don't know if I'll have a place for it or not. We'll figure it out together. I've got my arm here that I've purchased over the years. My screwdriver set. Sometimes people ask me what size screwdriver I used. I just pull one out. And my brushes. So why don't, oh, and I'm using this just to scrape off pieces and stuff. So if you see me doing that, I found something that maybe shouldn't be there, and I'm just trying to clean it up. Now, I know somebody's going to say, but Tom, this wasn't supposed to be black. It was supposed to be gunmetal gray. Well, I understand that. I do. But what I have done here is I have primed this for me to paint, and that is exactly what I intend to do. So, I've already went over this once with this brush, but it never hurts to go over it again. And I'll tell you something else. If you're doing a custom, it really, in my experience anyway, it is extremely helpful to have one that you haven't already just kind of disassembled and turned into fodder, so you can see how to put it back together when the time comes. Alright, so having said all that, I think I'll probably just zip through, fast forward through some of this. I'll stop periodically and just give you all an update, because it's going to take a little bit of effort to get it to this point. So we will do that and go from here. Alright, so I think I'm mostly done with the gunmetal gray. One of the things I noticed in the picture was that it seems like he has gunmetal for the arms and around his neck and on his thighs and crotch area, and then he has a brilliant silver on the feet. So for me to be successful with that, I'm going to have to improvise just a little bit, and I will. Also, if those of you who are watching this are curious, I am using these are chopsticks that I found. I just got a bag of chopsticks, wooden ones, and I just chopsticks sticked it up, and it works really well for holding things. So yeah, I think now what I need to do is move on and do the doors and windows and things like that. So time to decide between those two colors. I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do with this, and it's the spoiler that's causing me issues. I mean, obviously it's gonna, the silver's gonna come down, and I don't think I'll bring it down any further than the spoiler. But the spoiler's the same color as the cart, and I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere before. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having a different color black for it. Maybe I'll use that brushed black to see what it does. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Alright, so I've got it painted as well as I'm going to paint it. With any luck, I fast forwarded through everything and you all saw that. One of the things I will mention, in case you're ever considering doing a custom and you haven't done it before, there comes a point where you have to just stop. You say to yourself, alright, I've done enough. This is going to be the end of it, and whether it's good, whether it's bad, you're done. You have to have an end. Otherwise, you'll sit here and you'll work on this thing forever and ever and ever and never be satisfied, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't. Everything has to have a concluding point, and I think I have hit the concluding point with this. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work. I may have to do, you know, the concluding point, but if the tape is sticking to this the way that it is, I may end up having to touch it just a tinch, and if I do, I will. So yeah, I'm going to end up having to put just a tinge of paint on that, so I will do so as much as I'm ready to be done with this project. I have worked on this for about 3 days. I know you're watching it probably in, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, whatever, but I've worked on this for about 3 days, and I'm kind of ready to be done with it. So I will put just a tinge of paint on here just to cover up these little spots right here, and then I will consider it finished. And I'm going to do that right now, and while that's kind of drying just a little bit, I will work to get the rest of the thing put together. I'm not 100% sure that this paint is going to match, but it doesn't have to be perfect, even though I do have the clear coat on it. I had every intention of waxing this up with the Carnauba wax. So yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'll let that dry. And the good thing about this paint I'm using, this acrylic paint, it won't take long at all for it to finish itself up and be solid. Yes, solid. That was the word I was looking for. Solid. Now, I may always notice that that is there, but there's also a really good possibility that I won't. So we'll go from there. Now, I'm going to take just a minute. I'm going to clean my paintbrush, and then we'll come back and we'll assemble. Alright, so I didn't mean to, but I kind of lied to y'all. It's been a little bit longer than just going and coming back. Sometimes life interferes and you got to adjust. Alright, another thing I will notice, I will point out, is you can see the difference in the paints right here. I am really hoping that when I put the stuff on it, it'll work okay. So now I'm going to assemble, and I'm going to use my little bot here as my template, just so I have a fairly decent idea about what's going on. Let's see here. He has the one. Alright, so this is the back. This is going to come up to here. Let's see, I'm going to need these. Okay, so this one comes in right here, like this. Comes around, just like this right here. Nice and tight. I'm just going to make this one come in right here. Also nice and tight. So he's going to have nice tight joints. I'll give it that. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but the paint is rubbing off right here. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that result. Now we bring in the crotcheo area. That's going to come in. Probably again we're going to lose some paint, but it'll be alright. There we go. Yep, wiggle it around until all the paint comes off. Make it a little bit easier. There we go. And you can't really tell a whole lot that the paint has came off, and there's the top of the figure. Now bring this in right here and push it into place like this. Bring in the appropriate screw here, and it looks like this one is just a straight screw, so that's probably going to be this one. Drop that in. For those of you who are keeping track, this is a 1/16 screwdriver. Just put that in there. Secure it well enough, and there you go. Pardon me. Now for the legs. Looking at the engineering of the legs, it appears that we have this piece right here. That's going to come in right there. This is that leg. So this is going to come in right here. Yep, it's going to come in right there. Be like that. And now I need the flat screw. The flat one. Where's the flat one? Oh, the flat ones. Here we go. Here's a flat one. It comes in right here. He says, maybe. Don't be that way. Get in there. Get it started. There we go. Maybe. Nope. Now, why do you want to be persnickety for? Come on, get in there. Alright. Sometimes when these things aggravate you to the point where you just can't do anything, you need to find the appropriate tool to help yourself out here. And in this instance, for me, the appropriate tool is going to be this pair of pliers. So, pliers. I don't know what the hell these things are. Whatever they are. Let's see here. Put that down right there. Smallest point here so we get a better grip on it. And let's just whittle it in. There we go. Stand around it. There we go. Alright. Still moves. Okay. Yeah. So, let's do the other one the same way. Pardon me. Here is the flat screw. Right here. Here's the ball joint. So it comes up. This goes on. Like this right here. He says. Put on there. There we go. Okay. Now we take our screw and we put it in right here. Tag on it. Get in there. Go to your home, man. Why don't you want to go to your home? Go to your home. That one did a lot better. And we still have decent movement. Okay. So, we got the legs together. Now we need to assemble the arms. Alright. So this arm is going to be the right hand, and I think that's this one. Ah, Lord, my dog needs to go outside, so I am going to have to pause for just a moment and I'll bring it right back. Sorry about that, folks. When the dog's got to go, the dog's got to go. Alright, so we'll put the screws back in here so that we can have this just the way it's supposed to go. Right here. There's one. Never tighten it all the way because you may have to adjust some. And if you do, you don't want to have to fight with it while you're doing it. There we go. That's nice. That's good. So now we have that hand done. Let's go ahead and do this one. Same thing. Comes in. Comes together. Oh, you gotta get your screws so that they can go in just like this. Again, not tightening it all the way because that would be my luck. Tighten it up and then that's just bad. But now I can tighten it all the way. Alright, so there's really just one last thing we have to do here, and that is to take our wheels and pop them on the thing. So let's do just that. So you can't see it, but it's all good. Alright. So it's a little tight. I think it'll be alright. Come up here to this. Put this one into place. Just like that. Come up here to this one. Put it back in place. It's being persnickety too. Be that way. There we go. And it does roll. It's not happy about it, but it does roll. Okay. Now, all we have to do is put this in place as well. And it's got the little holes here, if you can see through it, right here. So we just slip this on, kind of over the thing here, work one side in, he says, which is actually easier said than done. Alright, nope. Come on now. Don't be that way. Come on, you can do it. Full confidence in your ability. Yes, the kibble is in the way a bit, but I don't think it's in the way enough to really, there we go, prevent me from getting it in. There. Alright. It is a little tight, but it'll be alright. Move it down. See, that one's in, but this one is still being persnickety. Come on now. Get in there. There we go. Now that'll should, at least in theory, come down over top of the head, rub a little paint off, yay, and there we have that. Okay, now let's assemble him, see what we get. Alright, there's one leg, there's two legs, there's one arm, two arms. Alright. Now there's one thing we need to do that is vitally important. We got to put an Autobot symbol on him. So right there ought to work. I want to do the Autobot symbol before we put the what you call it, the wax on, so that it will it'll work in with the wax. Alright, and here we've got him assembled. I think now it's time to take a look at them side by side and do an individual shot of him and see what we get. So now it's time, let's just make sure that this guy transforms the way he's supposed to. So the head comes up, or the helmet, the chest here comes up like that. The thing here rotates very gently because it's still not a good feeling. These things come together like this, he says, maybe. Come on now. That one's in. That one keeps wanting to move on me. There we go. Alright. These things come up and in like this. And if you notice, I'm being just a little bit more careful with it. It's mostly because I don't want to chip the paint. And believe me, I think it's going to chip very well. And then this comes in and clips together. Those locking points like that. And here we have Scamper. Alright, so now what do you say we put a little bit of wax on him? And I'm going to use the Carnauba, and basically what I'm going to do here is the easiest thing to do. I'm just going to spray just a little bit on it right here. Take my Q-tip, pretty much soak it up, and then I'm just going to start rubbing the wax in, and you can just see how it is. I mean, it's just, look at the difference. Just look at your difference here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about those sections right there, but I can. I know how. Wow. I love the way that this wax works here, because you're just working it in. The paint's just kind of soaking it right up, just like it's supposed to. And it's taking that dusty look, and I mean, it's just, look at the difference. Can you all see the difference there? It's an amazing thing. Okay, let's work this in here. And this is, it's not a slow process, not by any stretch of the imagination, but you do have to work at it a little bit. And I'll probably put 4 or 5 coats of wax on this thing, just because I want it. Everything I'm doing right now is just working towards making it more solid and complete. and that is kind of my goal. Okay. Rub it in here real well. Yep. I mean, just look at how it starts to shine when you put a little bit of wax on it here. And you all saw it's just regular plain old wax. It's not anything special or anything. But man, can you all just see the difference? I don't necessarily mean the shine, I mean just in general. Look at the difference in the coloration here. It just, it does wonders. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here, folks. I think I'm going to just kind of fast forward through this for you, or just do a cut right here. Actually, I think I'll just do a cut. I'll just do a cut, and I'll go ahead and I'll finish the wax up. And lastly, here they are in comparison together. And I have to say, I really like this. Look, I did a lot of work on this thing. A lot. To turn it from this into this. And you all can see, I mean, just what all exactly I've done here. And he transforms just the same. And he's nice and shiny. So, yeah. If you're going to do a custom, make sure you enjoy it. You'll never be satisfied with it. Do it to the point where you can be okay with it and let it go. That's just a little piece of advice. This is Tom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next review. You didn't even use me in this video. I know, Nemesis. This was a build and customs video, and I don't normally use you in those. Are you ever going to do a custom on me? God, I hope not. God, I hope not. You better not. I'm perfection as I am. Get the hell off the screen. Ah!
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Are you tired all the time? Do you run out of energon for no apparent reason? Do other robots laugh at you and call you weakling? Do you feel like there should be more to life than what you are experiencing? Then you should try Vitamin John. It is the world famous Energon supplement. No steroids whatsoever. We all use all natural products. Vitamin John can turn losers like this one,
Hey.
poof, into magnificent specimens like these.
Hey there, big boy. You want to come over and see me sometime?
So try Vitamin John today. Operators are standing by.